Come on, I'll do the beat. Now,
192.5.
0.5.
Happened.
PFC 0.5.
192.5.
That's right. Halfway there.
Almost there. 192. Welcome to 193 episode
0.5.
Podcast FC Champions League Group A through D Matchday 3 review. We're going to open it up with this. See, Tom's over there, Arsenal, just thirsty for the league right now. Very excited.
So thirsty.
Let's open up with Group C action. We had a 6-goal thriller when Chelsea hosted AS Roma. What are your thoughts on this game? Absolutely craziness.
Chelsea struggling.
Go ahead.
Chelsea struggling. How do you feel about that, Al?
I love it. I personally
too.
I love it.
I think we all love it.
But despite the struggle, something else I love from this game, before the game even kicked off, the team sheet came out. You got David Luiz playing almost an attacking midfielder role. Not even holding mid, not center mid, but attacking mid, basically. Playing just behind.
Goal.
Yeah, basically a third striker.
Go figure.
But it paid off. Conte didn't even celebrate after the goal because selection. So he looked like a genius. In the opening 11 minutes in, he gets the goal. So any question marks were erased right there. But it was short-lived. They go from leading 2-0 to losing 3-2.
He's playing the young gun Christensen in the middle at the heart of the defense. I mean, I know we had to shake up some things after losing to Crystal Palace on the weekend, but this seemed a little bit hectic. I mean, they go up 2-0 like you said. He looked like a genius. I don't know what's going on with this Chelsea defense. I don't know if it's practice. I'm not sure what is going on. But there's something seems to be murky in the water, and it's resulting in them giving up goals.
Dude, I don't think it's the defense, man. I think it's that defensive shell in front of the defense that sort of protected guys like David Luiz, although he was playing a little further up. Guys like Christensen, who's not the fastest player, very talented young guy, but without that Conte blanket, man, without that Matic blanket from last season, Chelsea's defense getting exposed, man, absolutely exposed.
It's a wrap.
And
it's an absolute wrap.
Azpilicueta getting exposed like the third game in a row. Not exposed, but just getting beat.
You're 100% right.
Him and Zappacosta split, simple ball by Kolarov. Two Man City boys, him and Dzeko teaming up against Chelsea to really take him down, single-handed. They combine for one goal, and they get one each, or two and one.
Yeah,
but that's
you got doused.
Kolarov's first goal was hilarious.
Dude, that was so
easy.
That was so disrespectful. It was just like, all right, I'm just gonna dink it and go for a foot race, and neither one of them was ready for that foot race. Was ready for that level of disrespect, man. And then Dzeko on top of that, Kolarov on top of that has the audacity to shoot it, gets a deflection, but still like splits two Chelsea defenders and shoots it at Courtois. This dude was hungry for this game.
Robot ping. I think he was reminiscent of the days when he was on Manchester City and he used to play against Chelsea. He was like, "Oh yeah, remember me? Remember what I could do?"
Right.
And,
I'm not afraid of it.
He proved his worth, man. I still think the story of the game though is Edin Dzeko. Like we're talking about it. Why wasn't he doing this when he was at Man City, bro? He's the man at Roma. They depend on him for goals. Had an extraordinary season last year. It's just continued into this season as well. And getting a double against Chelsea, that volley goal.
That was dirty, man.
Foot.
That was like Van Persie-esque.
Oh my God, the ball, the actual pass was amazing, but to finish that first time over Thibaut Courtois,
he took Courtois' hat off basically,
and he's clinical.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Eden Hazard gets himself a brace. I think that's the other major story here. Is he back? Chelsea have needed him, have missed him. He gets himself the tying goal too to basically bail Chelsea out. It looked like Chelsea was going to lose this game, although if you look at the stats, they were well in control and arguably should have won this game. But man, is he back or what, or is he just popping in and out?
Tell us, Mr. Fantasy Man.
We'll save it. We'll save it for next episode. But it's a good sign, man. There's a heartbeat there. He's gonna. With Man City playing the way they are, Man United a little off the boil right now, but still going to be a problem at the end of the season. Chelsea doesn't have a shot if Hazard takes a nap this year.
Chelsea doesn't have a shot in general. hate those Blues.
And on the other side of this group, we got
Yo,
Karabakh.
Hold on. Just one quick shout out to Fazio, Roma. Respect. Fazio.
The actual dude named Fazio on Roma.
That's
That's
funny.
Freed boy.
Karabakh FK hosting Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid stumbling and bumbling.
Karabakh.
What is it?
Kara Lynch? What?
Okay.
Man, absolute waste of a game by Atletico, man. They had a chance to really get some points in this game and close the gap on Chelsea. And they slipped. They're sitting there still stuck in third after 3 games. And at this point, Roma, as long as they don't lose out, they can advance past this, and Atletico drop down to Europa League, which is a far cry from their quality,
Yeah,
Spain's really fallen off the mantle that they've been on for the last 5 years, 6 years.
Dude, you can't sustain that intensity that Diego Simeone demands from his teams. Like at some point, these guys are going to crack, lose that concentration. And the fact that he almost left last season makes you wonder, did he stay one season too long? Now, that's not to say Atletico Madrid's not competitive. That's not to say they can't clean this up and get out of this group. But we're starting to see the cracks, man. And I think if they continue, Diego Simeone will be almost guaranteed to leave next summer.
Wow. That'd be a turn of events right there.
But I think he's run his course. It depends how they finish out this year. We'll talk again in a few months' time. But, I mean, how like you said, it's only a certain amount of time to keep this intensity up. And it could be his time. If Griezmann leaves, I've already lost players in the past, but then Diego Costa comes back in January. That could change things around for him.
Yeah, hopefully by then it's not too late, to rescue the situation. Hopefully they'll be taking Diego Costa into the playoffs of the Champions League. What are you going to say about Roma?
They will, man.
You think Roma's going to collapse?
Make it to the next round. No, they'll do their Europa thing, but I don't think it's necessarily a collapse. Atletico is 1 win away from tying them. So, if they match up against each other, the quality Atletico Madrid have, I don't think it's a far cry to put them in there. I just think it's a rough start. Still kind of struggling for goals, but they have plenty of quality and they'll be fine.
Yeah, Group C, we got Chelsea on top with 7 points, AS Roma with 5, Atletico Madrid with 2, and Karabakh with 1. Yeah, that's right, Tom. Karabakh.
And Tom, I disagree, man. I see Roma going through.
I know you always pick the sleepers.
Group A.
The sleepers.
Sorry, Al. I thought we were wrap that group up.
No, it's wrapped. Go.
Benfica 0, Man United 1. Group A action in what I like to call a snooze fest. Mourinho being Mourinho, typical tactics. I'll take the win, man. I'm not sitting here not appreciating the win, but boy, oh boy, was this a tough game to get through.
Can you at least hit the net for the damn goal account? I mean, Jesus, man, you find new ways to make it boring, man. Like, I don't get what's going on with this team.
I don't get what's going on, man. This is Mourinho brand of football. When it comes to either a tough game, a top 6 game, or when it comes to knockout tournament games, that's why he's the best, bro. He plays those Italian tactics. Negative play, slow the game down, possession for arguably the sake of possession, and then try to hit him on a break every once in a while. And that's what they did. Lukaku, again, had another match where he just had no supply whatsoever. Rashford was arguably ineffective because he wasn't getting much of a supply either. It was just so boring, but I'll take the 3 points.
I'll tell you what Rashford is effective at: set pieces, crossing the ball, corner kicks, free kicks. Something about this kid's ability to strike a ball, I think, is special. At 18, 19 years old, at a club like Manchester United, all the set pieces, there has to be a reason. And I think he's putting the work in practice. And I think we're seeing the results, man. He gets the goal, and it was a controversial type of a goal, but thank God we have that eagle eye now, and goal line technology is in effect in the Champions League. Because basically the ball never hit the net. The goalkeeper had it in his hands, but the ball did cross the line, and it was because it was a quality ball in. Put a lot of pace on it. Keeper had been struggling with a couple of crosses he made earlier, and man, this is just stating more to the case that Marcus Rashford is the special.
The balls on this kid to put a free kick like that on net and try and score from the sideline. Not to put in the box, you get Matic and all the big boys up and Smalling. Plenty of people that can win the ball in the air, but to go for goal, man, it's audacious. And even on that kick, on the corner kick before that, he almost scored. Put it on frame. That was going in.
Oh yeah, is he the next Manchester United number 7, Marcus Rashford?
Number 7, or does he say 19? I mean, 7. I don't think so.
In case you don't know out there, fans listening, the Manchester United number 7 jersey is probably the heaviest jersey to wear in world football. Prior to Memphis Depay wearing it, Cristiano Ronaldo wore it, David Beckham wore it, Eric Cantona wore it, Georgie Best wore it. So there have been legends, and when I say legends, I mean guys who within their generation are the best. Typically wear this jersey. Some people think Antoine Griezmann might be coming through, but I want to hear from you, Tiki. Do you think Marcus Rashford is the next guy in line to wear the number 7 jersey at Man United?
Look, I think he has the ability. I don't want to give him that juju of throwing that number on him. I say save it for a new player coming in unless he wants it. If he wants it, give it to him. But I don't think you should be putting all that weight. You saw what it did to Depay. Depay crumbled. Even though his legs were jacked, he crumbled under the weight of that jersey. So I don't think he should have it unless he wants it, man. If he wants it, give him whatever that kid wants. I
don't think Rashford is a number 7 anyway. I think he's more number 9 or number 11 even than anything. Even though he does have great deliveries and he's proven to be a dead ball specialist. Number 7.
Specialist.
Well, they haven't played number 7. Yeah. They haven't played that number 7 position. And on the other side, it's 11. 9. And on the other side is Martial with 11. So he's eligible for the number 7, like based on the position he's playing. But I hear what you're saying, Al. You see him more as a forward. So do I. But he's, it's going to be a long time before he gets a look.
Dude, you guys, I mean, might have the purchase of the season in Nemanja Matic. This guy, man, he's going forward. He's getting stuck in. He's maintaining possession. He does a little bit of everything. And although you guys are missing Marwan Fellaini and Paul Pogba, I think he's really been the glue to your team, especially in midfield.
Yeah, that's the other thing, man. Way to bring that up. That's part of the reason why United just offensively hasn't been quite clicking. We were lucky enough to have Mkhitaryan step up when Pogba went down, but even Mkhitaryan now is showing that you can't put all that, offensive / creative weight on his shoulders. You need someone deeper, and Under's doing his best, but it looks like offensively he's not what he used to be. Maybe it's because he's, not match fit yet. But offensively, United is struggling for that creativity, man, because it's just that Paul Pogba to beat 1 or 2 guys and unlock the whole defense. We're missing that.
You know how I know Jose Mourinho is a good coach?
How?
He started Victor Lindelof. He used to play for Benfica. Yeah. Understood that when you do that, a player's motivated to play against his old club, especially when he makes a step, even if he makes a step up in competition or a step down in terms of the team's level, you're always motivated to play against your old club because you want to show them why you left.
For sure.
That's a good move. Yeah, it's not like you've been playing, too.
Yeah, and it was super cool, man, because after the game, you saw, like, his teammates walking up to him, hugging him. So you can tell, like, there's no bad blood there. They love that guy. They appreciate what he did for their club, man. And I love that stuff. That's why I'm always against celebrating against your previous club unless, your previous club treated you like crap. Like if Batshuayi celebrates against Chelsea, I got no beef with that. But if Lindelof celebrates against Benfica, I got beef with that.
Yeah.
And him and Smalling played with Daley Blind. So Jose really rotating the side nicely. Phil Jones getting a rest. Eric Bailly still recovering. But, reshuffles, still gets the clean sheet. Clean sheet's the name of the game.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
Gotta have good defense, Tiki.
Right? United has given up 3 goals this year. 2 goals in the league and 1 goal in the Champions, man. Defense has been absolutely brilliant.
Great.
Nah.
And then lastly, we were talking about the goalkeeper, Villar. Young kid, becomes the youngest player to ever play in the Champions League at 18 years old. Um, Unfortunate to let that goal go in. And afterwards, Lukaku went up to him and was basically, trying to motivate him, trying to get his head out of the gutter, letting him know, probably you're young. These kind of things happen. All the players came up to him, gave him a hug. The managers grabbed him too. So it was kind of cool to see that for the young Belgium getting so much support from teammates and from also the opposition.
He's young, but he plays like a grown-ass man.
Yeah, man.
This kid, man.
He's promising, dude. Keep your eye on him. Donnarumma.
And Benfica had to replace him. Yeah, they lost their starting goalkeeper, Ederson, to Manchester City. So that's a hell of an investment.
That's balls, huh? Replace Ederson with an 18-year-old. That's Benfica, though, huh?
Yeah,
just
man.
raising these youngsters.
They produce talent.
And then on the other side of the group, we got CSK Moscow playing FC Basel. FC Basel getting a famous away victory, 2-0, dude. Going all the way to Russia.
These clubs have the same
this was a
color
big game,
and
man. One of them had to win to keep track on first place. Whoever wins is up 3 on the other team, and then they're gonna go bat. They're gonna play them in the 4th game, so you have a chance to beat this team twice now for Basel. They can beat them at home.
Yeah, it was
a psychological edge. And I'd like to see Basel go through. We see them in the Champions League every year. They always seem to get the rough end of the draw. So I'd like to see them go through.
Yeah, dude, they've been quietly good. They've been quietly good in the Champions League. Granted, their road to the Champions League is a little easier considering the league they play in. But, man, when they get to the Champions, they make noise. They might not always go through the knockout, but the few times they've gone through, man, they've given opponents a hard time.
Yeah, man, I gotta shout out Granit Xhaka's brother. He was balling. I got himself a goal and an assist. Wish Granit Xhaka could do the same thing.
Ouch. Shots fired. This group, we got Man United sitting clear, with all 3 wins, giving them 9 points. FC Basel with 6, CSK Moscow with 3, and Benfica with a fat duck. Let's get into Group B action. We got, Tom's youngster, playing for PSG, being hosted by Anderlecht in Belgium. They win 4-0. 3 minutes in, who scores?
Mbappe Lotin. Oh, this kid's special. It was a tight angle. I'm sure if he didn't score the goal, whoever was on the back post would have screamed at him. But Meg's the goalkeeper, puts it through his legs from a tight angle. Like you said, 3 minutes in, set the tone for the game. And from there, it was all over. PSG, all over him, like white on rice. Edison Cavani being clinical out there. Yeah, that's right. Getting himself a goal, and Neymar as well. I was just talking with my roommate, and we're going back and forth about it. I think PSG, I'll guarantee them in the semifinals. The only little caveat I'll put on it is if they play Real Madrid in the round of 16, that's the only way they don't make it. Any other team, I think they beat. What do you guys think about that?
I think they could even beat Madrid. Why not?
Because they got CR7 and
Ramos.
True.
But both those guys played against Tottenham, and do you think PSG is better than Tottenham?
No, but Tottenham won't beat them in 2 legs. Remember, it's a 2 legs once you get to the semis. In a final, anything can happen. But over the course of 2 legs, you typically have to prove you're a better team.
Look, I think you're sleeping on PSG. I'm not sitting here saying they will beat Madrid, but I don't think I can sit here and say Madrid will beat them. After what we saw against Barcelona last year, granted, Barcelona did make a comeback, but I think them putting 6 past Barcelona inspired confidence. That's why this summer they went extra big. They were able to attract Neymar from Barcelona. They were able to attract Mbappe. So I think there's self-belief in the squad. Coming up against Real Madrid, yes, a few years ago I would have said hands down Real Madrid, TCB. But you have an aging CR7, an aging Ramos, who Aurier beat a few times yesterday, and Aurier is no, attacking winger or anything. If that defense of PSG can hold, man, I think they can. I think they can beat almost anyone. Just the same I would say about Real Madrid. I would say the same about Barcelona as well. I think those 3 clubs.
So are you willing to go further then? Are you willing to go further and guarantee that PSG will be in the final?
Look, but no, like you said, if they run into a Bayern Munich Real Madrid or Barcelona, like you said, over 2 legs, anything can happen. If they avoid those three teams, yes.
I'm saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying Bayern and Barca, it doesn't matter if they see them. They're going to beat them. I'll put a meatball sub on it.
Yo, Tom, I'll bite on that.
Semifinals. You in there?
I'll bite on that, Tom.
Yeah.
I'll even go one further and say finals. Get to the final.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
like
at the
that.
start of the
I like
season.
that.
Why not, man?
I think at the start of the season, I said,
do we shake
Sorry.
on it? Like what do I do?
pound the lens. Just give it a little.
Just little bat. There we
bat.
go. It's official.
I mean, this attacking
It's
trident, Mbappe, Cavani, and Neymar, it's deadly. And it's almost more fluid than Bale, Benzema, and Cristiano. Because now you get Cristiano and Benzema playing as 2 strikers. You know, there's not even the 3 at the top. But it's so fluid. It's so unselfish. You know, the second goal where Mbappe heads over, even though it could have gone on target. And then Neymar's free kick under the wall, Ronaldinho style. This team's just gelling, man. This team's just flowing. It's getting dangerous.
It's getting very dangerous. The only other team I see offensively flowing like this team is Man City.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah, that's true.
The chemistry, not just the potency.
They're playing for each other. That's scary. When good teams play for each other,
I'm telling you,
it's a problem.
And then Di Maria comes off the bench and gets another goal.
Dude,
Easy
Di Maria.
goal, but still a simple goal.
Di Maria is the prince of the dink. The king of the dink is Messi. Di Maria is the prince, dude.
No. The king was Nikola Anelka.
Mm-mm.
I think 99% of his goals is dribble with the goalie, chip it over. Every single time, man. Every single time, especially for Chelsea.
I think Messi
he's the
stole that
Duke.
mantle.
Yeah, Anelka's the Duke of chips, of dinks.
The Duke, all right. He can be the Duke. That's fair enough.
Yeah, man. I mean, after I saw you can call it a chip against Leicester when he was playing at Man United, Di Maria.
I was like a scoop push.
It was like a scoop dink. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. After that, I was like, nah, this guy's the prince. But if you want to say he's the king, man, Google Messi chips. You'll be watching videos for hours, man. This dude has been scoring dink goals from impossible angles. But back to this game, PSG TCB, man. Neymar, like you said, gets that free kick. Those 2 guys must feel so dumb, dude.
Who?
You know, we're not talking.
The 2 guys in the wall who jumped.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about us. What do you mean?
No.
Dude, he was eyeing the guy that was. He only 1 or 2 guys jumped, but he was eyeing the guy that was going to jump. He knew he was going to jump. He could see him. The guy's getting all excited, getting ready to jump. He knew he was going to jump. No one else jumped. But
don't sleep on Kimpembe and Marquinhos. Young center back pairing back there. Kimpembe is famous for shutting down Messi in that first leg that PSG won last year, where they'd eventually lose. But he's starting to get more playing time this year. I like what I'm seeing from the kid. And, yeah, man, this team, I'm telling you right now, guaranteed to be in the semifinals of the Champions League.
Way to jump on that bus late, man.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying I'll put a meatball sub on it. What are you going to put on it?
I'm on a diet, bro. Can't do meatball subs.
Put that hair on it. Shave head.
No, not yet. Not yet. On the other side, you got another team who you could argue they'll be in the semifinals as well if all things go well in the draw. Is Bayern Munich drubbing poor Celtic, man. These guys are such doormats in the Champions League.
You know what? I saw this coming. Celtic has given the odd upset, beating Barcelona a couple years back. But the reason why I saw Bayern smacking them was, 1, it was in the Allianz, but 2, they just hired the new coach, Jupp Heynckes, who retired off of a treble. So they have a guy who they 100% believe in. They know he's been to the mountaintop. He succeeded. There's no doubt. If you don't like what he's saying, you're out. Goals now. Joshua Kimmich. Coleman header. I mean, are you kidding me? Kingsley Coman is balling out here. Like, they're starting to really gel.
So Kingsley Coman looked dangerous, man. He looked even super faster than normal. But that header by Kimmich, man, this guy can do everything. He can dribble by the goalie. He can place in the corner. He can head it from the top of the 18, casual. I mean, this guy is incredible.
He's a pep player.
Yeah, man, he's absolutely unbelievable, man. And it just goes to show how important a manager's message is. Ancelotti, class manager, absolute legend in this field, but just couldn't get through to this team, man. When it comes to these top teams, it becomes more about the message rather than the tactics on the pitch. Obviously, those play a role, definitely, but for whatever reason, you just couldn't get through to these guys. Muller last season had, I think, 5 goals or, under 10 goals all season.
He had 9 total.
Yeah, so he was losing that message. Kimmich wasn't playing well either, but a guy who's flourished, man, in this up and downness of Bayern Munich is a guy, the little Spanish guy who was brought in by Pep, little wizard, Thiago Alcantara. This dude is popping right now, absolutely popping.
Top 5 center midfielders in the world. 100%.
He's killing it. Yeah, he's killing it, man.
Hands down. This kid, man. We'll throw something up on our Facebook wall, but he loves playing the game. But his technique is what separates him from most guys.
He's that typical Barcelona product. This is a guy Barcelona shouldn't have sold, to Bayern Munich. This is a guy they should have kept in this system and brought him up. Him playing next to Rakitic or Busquets, you get exactly what Barcelona's been thirsty for in Iniesta. Iniesta doesn't have the legs anymore, so you can't do that. Put in Thiago Alcantara. When Thiago gets tired, throw in Iniesta. It would have been
passing to Messi and Suarez. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, man. I think Barcelona should come in and just try to wrangle that dude off them. He's Spanish too, and that's what Real Madrid and Barcelona do. They buy all the top Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know if he has any ill will towards Barca or anything like that. Maybe not. But I'd like to see him in the EPL.
I doubt it because Pep recruited him. You know what I mean? So like, if any other club recruited him, I could say, okay, maybe there was bad blood. But I think he followed Pep. He followed a guy, who was just a god at his current club, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna follow him out the door. But he wasn't getting playing time, to your point, Tom. So maybe there was a little bad blood.
And his brother hasn't been as successful at Barca, so you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. He's Spanish, though.
He really is the second coming of Iniesta, though. Just a little more shifty, a little more speedy.
Yeah, very speedy too.
Yeah, he's got speed to his game, but he plays at holding midfield. But he's got the techers like Iniesta or Xavi on the passing ability.
He reminds me of a mixture of Iniesta and Ronaldinho.
Boy,
that's a little high, bro.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy.
I'm telling you,
Ronaldinho, bro.
No, man, I'm just look at his game, man. Like his movement is like Iniesta in terms of the midfield. Likes to find the hole, but he can break you off with an elastic goal. He can beat you 1-on-1.
But not like Dino, Tom. That's a stretch. I know you like to protect Henry. I gotta protect Dino.
No. Look,
even Ronaldo doesn't like Dino.
I'm not saying he's them like combined in terms of his overall, but I'm telling you, man.
I need the backtrack.
No move off. Nah, man. I'm sticking by it. Watch his game. Look at his game.
I did watch the game. It's too much, bro. It's too much.
No, not the game. His game. Study Thiago Alcantara's game. How he plays. That's what I mean.
All right, fair enough. PSG sitting on top of this group. Actually, real quick with Celtic, I'm gonna tell you why they lost.
Brendan Rodgers.
They didn't start. No, they didn't start Rogic. You start Rogic, you win this game. Start this game, you win it.
This game could have been 10-0. Bayern could have scored 10 goals.
Easily.
I think they're definitely back. Get their mojo back with Yup.
Out of desperation, Celtic need to promote Karamoko Dembele. Bring him up to the first team. Let him play in Champions League. Dog, he could be the youngest kid. He could be the first 15-year-old to compete in Champions League.
Him playing against Hummels, bro. It would be child abuse.
You'd roast Hummels.
What?
Dude, bro.
Look. 1-on-1, he'd roast Hummels, but you still have to get around that defender. He's not getting around him. He might get the ball by him. He's not getting around Hummels.
He's getting around him. He's getting around Sergio Ramos. He's getting around Ramos.
He's gonna rainbow Ramos, huh?
Kid's outrageous.
This Group B, we got PSG sitting on top, undefeated, all 3 wins, giving them 9 points. Bayern Munich with 6, Celtic with 3, Anderlecht with 0. Celtic could play spoiler if they decide to make some noise, get an upset against either PSG and beat Anderlecht. They could find themselves in this weird goal difference position, but it's looking like these top 2 teams, PSG and Bayern, are going to go through. We got Group D finally. Barcelona 3, Olympiacos 1. Are they back? Are Barcelona back to their dominant ways in Champions?
The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. No one? No? I thought you were going to come in with the... No?
Thought about it.
All right. I'm on my own.
Thought about it.
Look, Messi gets himself a landmark goal, his 100th goal in Champions League play. And like his ex-teammate, came from a free kick. Not the best free kick Messi has scored. I was a little bit disappointed in the goalkeeper, but what are you going to do? I mean, it's a Messi free kick. Goalie gets his palm on it. Maybe I guess it was just a little bit too much power. But
No,
needless to
Goalie
say,
needs wrist exercises.
Goalie was suspect, dude. Didn't move his feet first of all. Ball's almost in the middle of the net.
dude
Could've
definitely has to
caught that.
jack off more.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
What other wrist exercise could you do?
I don't know, bro. Maybe
Do some
Google
pull-ups.
wrist exercises.
I
Some
did,
pull-ups,
and that
you
was
know?
number one.
Oh, too funny. Dude, Deulofeu, bro. Deulofeu looks like he's going to fight for some time with Ousmane Dembele out. Deulofeu making the most of his chance, man. I'm so proud of this guy. I'm so happy for him. Everton, low knee product, and then went over to AC Milan. Absolutely killed him. Killed it at AC Milan to the point where Barcelona activated the transfer, what's it called? The transfer clause and bought him back. And I thought the buyback clause. And Tom, you and I both thought that this dude was going to rot on the bench. He was being brought in as a squad player, but man, the chances he's got so far, it looks like he's actually, going to make some noise for playing time.
Well, we were right.
His first game in Champions League in 5 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. He's been away for so long.
And it didn't look like it, man. It didn't look like this dude hadn't been playing Champions League for 5 years. He came in and just assumed responsibility. Absolute beast, man. He got himself a hockey assist.
A hockey assist? No, I'm saying he was going to rot on the bench, but their star got injured. One of their stars got injured, So I'm glad to see him taking advantage of it. This is a guy who I wanted to stay at Everton. I think if he was at Everton right now, they wouldn't be struggling as much.
Agreed.
But, look, man, good for the kid. We saw him at AC Milan last year, absolutely tearing it up. He's got a lot of talent, lots of speed, bags and bags of pace, good technique. Let's see what he does, man. But for me, it's more interesting Barcelona's midfield. Relatively old, man. Paulinho getting up there, Busquets getting up there, Iniesta getting up there. Athletically, will they be able to compete? We know technically it's no question, and mentally, I don't think that's a question. But you got guys like Gerard Piqué getting red cards out here. I don't know what's happened to Gerard Piqué. This guy's kind of gone missing.
He's too busy. He's too busy trolling Real Madrid fans on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, dude.
He's busy in his politics, man, for Catalonia.
That too.
He's still kind of the man because he got with Shakira and all that. So you got to give respect where respect is due. But bro, he gets a second yellow card for scoring a goal with his hand.
It was so unnecessary, man. Your team was already leading. It's not like this is the 90th minute. You need one for the team. That was just greed, bro. In this day and age of so many cameras, and obviously there's no video review or anything in the Champions League yet. But why, bro? Why?
I know. That's the guy who I have to kind of that's the main guy who I'm questioning on Barcelona, Gerard Piqué. I don't know if he's about this life anymore. But I do feel bad for the Olympiacos defender. What's his name? Nikalu scores an own goal, but at least he's able to get a goal in the end of it. But too little, too late for Olympiacos.
Yeah, man.
Arsenal group right here. Barcelona, Olympiacos. We always play these two teams.
On the other side of the group, we got Juventus playing Sporting, hosting Sporting. They beat them 2-1. Sporting was a good showing, man.
Gelson Martins with a good showing.
Dude, he's ready to pop. He's ready to pop. He almost left the season, I think, for this past summer transfer window for Liverpool and Arsenal, I want to say. Those two clubs were kind of sniffing at him. But he obviously stayed at Sporting, which I think is probably a good move for him. One more year to develop.
Yeah, he's so young, man. He's so young. He just broke into the Portuguese international team. No need to move too soon. Look, this kid's lightning. I think that they had. I mean, Alexandro on that first goal was just absolutely poor.
Yeah.
At first, he made two mistakes. At first, there was a ball where he could have just tried to pass it out.
Yep.
He like tries to turn and touch, misses the ball, and then gets the own goal. Gigi Buffon coming out. I mean, it rebounds. It's really unfortunate. It deflects off of him and goes into the goal, Alexandro. But I just thought he was very poor within that moment.
He had hip movement like Matip on that one. Really slow to turn his hips, man. The ball went just under his foot. It was a great ball, though. You could argue on the other side of that ball was meant to make him, basically lose balance like that so he couldn't recover and chase down the forward. But still, it didn't seem very Alexandro-esque.
No, that right there really is one of the most difficult movements to make as a defender.
100%.
When you're sprinting one direction, you have to quickly turn your hips and change the other direction. So I'll give him a little bit of a break on that. But Juventus showing why they have championship pedigree, fighting back. Tremendous free kick by Miralem Pjanic. This guy, he's a specialist, no doubt. He's a free kick specialist, puts it away. And from there, Mandzukic, who had a few opportunities, he really took advantage, man. He took advantage to get the game winner.
Yeah, what a header that was, man. Fights off a defender for like 10 yards and then diving header to finish it, win the game.
Yeah,
I always think this guy's done. I always think this guy's done over the hill, but he keeps coming back. Goal in the final last year for the Champions League. He still got it, man. Juve trusts this guy.
Yeah, he successfully reinvented himself. He was a forward like Checo, trying to play that number 9, and his finishing was always not suspect, but it wasn't at the level those type of clubs needed it to be. And he doesn't have a lot of, one-on-one moves in tight spaces, but he does have that quality. And I think Conte saw that and moved him over to that.
He's got work rate.
Yeah, that work rate came out of nowhere.
Incredible work rate.
Remember the Champions League final?
A guy like Higuain is a better overall player in terms of his technique and finishing, but that work rate, man, like there's a reason why Mandzukic is on the field. There's a reason why you can put him at left wing, right wing,
No, for a big guy, he really gets around.
Slut. Group D, Barcelona leads 3 wins, 9 points. Juventus with 6, Sporting with 3, Olympiacos with 0. Another group where Sporting could play a bit of a spoiler here if they manage to tie one of the big clubs and beat up on Olympiacos. But most likely it's going to be Barcelona and Juve through. All right, that wraps it up. That wraps it up for Champions League review, Group A through D, Matchday 3. Anything else, fellas, before we wrap this up?
No, man, appreciate the love. Definitely check out our newsletter, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. We usually, love to post videos on Facebook. And hey, man, PFC Nation, we love you.